Okay, so I'm here with RPH, the creator of OneLoader, which is currently the best mod loader for Omori, and the person who has made a lot of mods for Omori. I don't know what else to say you've done, because you've done a lot. How would you introduce yourself?
I act more like the shadow behind the actual mods that people create and provide them with the tooling and everything they need to make their mods work. Haven't really done anything glamorous in a long while. I think my biggest hit was the Google Translate mod that came out more than a year ago. Yeah, I work on OneLoader, which is the mod loader. I create tooling so people can make their mods easier, and I maintain Mods.One, which is like the go-to place to get your Omori mods.
So what was it that first introduced you to Omori?
I believe it was a YouTube video that I saw of someone trying to input character names into the text input, and I was like, what is this game? Went on Steam, bought it, played through up around until Black Space. I thought to myself, wonder can you make mods for it? And turns out you can, and that's how I ended up in the community of the game at least.
What's your favorite moment in Omori?
I would have to say one of my favorite moments, at least in the true route, because I'll admit I have not played Hiki. I would say one of my favorite moments has to be Memory Lane, simply because of like how much exposition it creates and how impactful it is to the entire story.
What inspired you to make the OneLoader when we already have such a great mod loader as Gilbert's mod loader?
Well, truth be told, the work that I put into OneLoader was actually originally intended to be a pull request. In open source software, a pull request is a set of changes that you make to someone else's software. I decided to make it a separate project because my code style is not really compatible with how Gilbert structured Gomori. That being said, OneLoader very much began as an attempt to enhance Gomori, which is evident in that it supports all its mods and it is fully backwards compatible.
What are you the most proud of your work in the Omori community?
I would have to say Mods.One as a service and as a sort of micro ecosystem around it, because for the first while, everyone just uploaded their mods to a Discord channel, and there was a brief stint where people used Game Banana. But I built Mods.One very much as an experiment, just to see how many people would actually be willing to trust someone who never really built a web service before. And I would say it worked perfectly well, and I get thousands of visitors on the site a day, so that has to be my biggest success.
What's your favorite Omori mod?
I would have to say either Reverie or everything that went into creating the community enhancement pack. And the two are for completely different reasons. I would say Reverie is my favorite mod in terms of like artistic and scale impact. It shows just the potential you have with Omori as a modding platform. While the community enhancement pack I like simply because it makes the game nicer to play and more bearable. And frankly, I can not imagine playing it without it installed.
What's your favorite anything related to Omori?
Oh, I would have to say there is not one specific piece, but there is a lot of great fan art of the game. I enjoy Ozulan's style, for instance.
Oh yeah, Osulan is great.
Like a lot of the community around the game, not the modding community, but just like the broader fan community, is made of quite nice people, but you have to be careful.
What do you think about the modding community in Omori?
Well, I would say as a whole, the modding community, well, I love it, right? There is no other way to put it. Most of the people are really nice. It's probably one of the more supportive programming adjacent communities I've seen. I, of course, am biased here because, well, I'm a big part and a big member of the modding community. But my favorite aspect of it, I guess, is how everyone, no matter how much separated they are by their projects and by their area of interest, is just willing to help each other. It's probably because the modding community is rather small when it comes to the amount of people, so everyone mostly knows everyone else. That's, I would say, quite great in terms of treating each other like human beings and having some respect.
Aside from Omori, what other games interests you?
Well, when it comes to the sheer amount of playtime on any single game, it has to be Minecraft. modded though, because vanilla Minecraft is not that fun in my opinion. However, aside from that, when it comes to just overall games I've played, I don't really play that diverse of a set of games. I have a soft spot for Just Cause 2 and Just Cause 3 because I spent most of my childhood playing those two. At least when it comes to modding potential for any game that's not Omori, Minecraft is way up there. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of amazing mods for that. And that is actually what introduced me to the idea of video game modding. And having not been very active of a player of modded Minecraft, I probably wouldn't be modding Omori at all.
Are you currently working on any projects?
I'm still actively maintaining OneLoader. I published 1.4 recently, which is quite a big update. And I am currently making a list of things to add for 1.5. I am also in the early stages of developing the Mods.One remake. And one thing I will let you in on is once it releases, it will support multiple games. That's another aspect of OneLoader I am currently researching, not working on yet, but supporting other RPG Maker MV and MZ games is on my radar, and I hope to expand the reach of Mods.One and OneLoader to other great games that are made with similar technologies.
How did you get into programming?
My adventure with programming, if you can call it that, started when I was the age of 10 with a wonderful programming language called Microsoft Visual Basic. But I really actually got into programming as a hobby around 13 when I played on a modded Minecraft server with the mod called Computercraft, which allowed you to program in-game computers with Lua. That was my first proper programming language that I really learned the ins and outs of. And I went to JavaScript, which is technology Omori is built with, and as such, OneLoader and mods. I went into JavaScript probably a year after that when I decided to make some Discord bots. Sadly, all of them are dead since Discord introduced the verification requirement, but Discord bots and Computercraft programs were the first big programming projects of mine, and I still have a soft spot for both of these things and still make them sometimes.
I think that's all my questions for now, actually. Do you have anything you want to say or shout out or do before the end?
I think everyone should play the Vessel mod. That was a joke. What mods you should actually play? I can give you a few recommendations if you're new to modding. Probably try out Reverie, try out Ambien. When it comes to other forms of shoutouts, I have to say incredible thanks to everyone in the modding community who has, contributed to this great project over the last 18 months. Thanks to Gilbert for kickstarting this with the first version of Gomori, and, thanks to people who play and enjoy these mods, right? Without someone to actually play them, making mods wouldn't be that fun.